Hello, everybody, and how are you doing today? It is Rusty Champagne here with you, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. Okay, I wanted to try this one once again, so we're back here one more time in Of Life and Land because I feel like in the very first look video that we did of this, I feel like I didn't really give this game justice, and having looked at it again, I think I've learned a couple things that I didn't know before when we kind of went through that. So I'm gonna hop back in here, and I bumped up the size of everything so that it's like really super big, because that was something that I noticed was not that great in the first one. And they'll show you where you can do that in case you're wondering. And in case you didn't see the first look, you can see the first look to see what all this says. It'll give you all the backstory, but I'd only recommend watching the first half of the first look because the second half of it is just pain. It's just absolute pain. So I would recommend maybe watching a part of it, but not all of it. So to make this screen bigger and make everything on the screen bigger, like all the text and all that, all you need to do is go in here into settings. So we're going to go here to the gear, and then on the settings you can go to display and you can set your UI scale. So right now I've got it on 2.6, so it is like heavy duty. And there might be a way to also like lighten things up in this game to make it a little bit brighter, and it might do a little bit of that as well. So I might take the brightness and bump this up to like 1.1 as well, because it feels like it gets pretty darn dark. So, and then there's other things here. So we got a tutorial. So, and we do have theft notifications. And okay, so everything there seems fine. So we are going to continue on. And so one of the things I've learned is that you have 10 people here on the map, and if you don't give them anything to do, they're just going to do random stuff. So they will just kind of go here and there and everywhere and do random things until they've got a task that they can handle. So we're going to just kind of go through all the things here in the tutorial again. So we're going to go into the building menu, which is here, or you can click B. Either way. And then you can rotate a building, which is interesting because you can't rotate a building until you select a building to rotate. So these are kind of in reverse order. So we can select a building. So the first one that we need is a forester stump. We absolutely need that. So we are going to get a forester stump, and we are going to take that. And then once you have a forester stump, then you can rotate it. So we're going to do the R to rotate it, and that will take care of that. And then we're going to place it. We're going to try and place it somewhere where there's a number of trees. So we're going to place it right about here because there's a number of trees right here. And it shows you what all you are near based on where you place it. So right now we're near 5 fruit trees, 3 conifers, 18 bushes. So we can actually try and find a place where there's a lot of stuff, and that would probably be the best place to put it. So here we got 3 broadleaf trees, 12 conifers, a fruit tree, and 22 bushes. And here's 3 and 13, so that's better. And is there a place that's even better? This feels like it's a pretty good place. We're actually going to set it right here, and we're going to rotate it, drop it right there, and that will get us started with that. So we're going to get the forester stump started because we need that in order to have everything else happening. So we're going to go here. We're going to speed this up. Now, the sheep are just going to come here, and they're going to eat stuff. And I don't know if there's much anything that we can do about that. So that's just kind of the way it is. And I don't think that we can take the food crate and put it anywhere. I don't know if there's anything that we can do with this. I think we're just kind of stuck with it just being out there, and the animals are going to eat from it. I don't think we can move it. It'd be nice if we could, but it just kind of seems like it's here. And there's not a whole lot that can be done about it. So it's just going to kind of be there, and everyone's going to eat from it, and that's just going to kind of be the way that it goes. Now we're going to wait for this. So this is now ready. The forester stump is ready. We're going to go in here. I'm going to turn off collecting mushrooms because we don't need that. So this is all pretty similar to where we were before. And so now we've got, how many people do we have working here? We have 1, and we can only have 1. So Matilda is going to go here, and she's going to get a bunch of wood. After she's full on wood, then we're going to collect branches after that. So now we've got to go here and build the gatherer's shack. And this is going to be the very important one. So if we look at this, when you go to build the gatherer's shack, so we're going to go here and build the gatherer's shack. So the gatherer's shack is going to collect from everything that is within range of it. So basically everything that you see that has a dot on it. So everything that is outside of the area where, so any of the squares where you see no dots. So like as I move this, you can see how all the dots are moving around on the map. So everything that is outside of those dots, it doesn't matter what's there. Nothing is going to get collected from those spaces. So it's only going to collect from the spaces where there are dots. And the thing that we want to try and do with this is we want to try to do the best we can to maximize grass, because at the very beginning it seems like grass is going to be a very, very, very important thing. So I'm going to try and find a space that has the most grass possible, and I'm seeing a space here with 40. So I'm going to go here. This looks like it has 40 grass available. So we're just going to drop that right there where it says 40. I do want to try and drop it somewhere where it's not on grass itself. So I'm going to put it here. So that's going to give us 39 grass. Now they're going to come and build, or it's going to give us it's going to put us in range of 39 grass, basically. So that in itself is good. So now they're going to take all the wood, bring that all over, and get that built there. Now we also need a garden bed, and we need a simple stonemason. So we're going to take the stonemason, and we want to build this where there's a bunch of stone, and there's a bunch of stone, I think, up here. So if we look up here, there's like 10 stones. Everywhere up here, there's like 10 stones, and there was a spot down here that had 2 stones. So that's not a lot. So if we can go up here, we can build this up here, and that'll give us a bunch of stone. So we're just going to drop that right about here, and that's going to give us access to a bunch of stone. And again, those are things that they're not all necessarily clear when you're first kind of setting this up, because you can just kind of drop things. And it does mention about you want to put it where there's dots, so there's like green dots and black dots and orange dots. And so the green dots are areas that are beneficial. The black dots means that there's nothing there. And the orange dots means that there's something that's beneficial, but not for the building that you're building. So that is something that's something that they do mention, but I don't know how clear it is. So we're looking at this right now. We've got this construction site. So right now they are needing branches. And if we look here, what are we producing here? So I'm going to change the priorities on this, because right now I need branches and I don't need wood as much at this point, because the wood is being used to build this, but we do need branches for this. And I want to try and set this to a high priority, so have that get built first. Because once we have that gatherer shack, then that's going to allow us to actually have a bunch of people start gathering all the grass and things that we need in order to build things like at the hut. And most importantly, when we have to start building, or when we have to start creating the rough rags, which take a lot of grass, a whole lot of grass. So we're getting the stonemason built, we're getting the gatherer shack built. We're also going to work on the garden bed. And the garden bed is going to be important, because the garden bed is going to give us, if we look at the garden bed, so if we go in here, and if we go to the garden bed, which is, where are you? You're here. The garden bed is going to produce a bunch of, it's going to produce, I believe it said it's going to produce the bark, roots, and sprouts. So these things on here, so yeah, it produces bark, roots, and sprouts. It costs 2 branches and 2 bark, roots, and sprouts to generate, but it will produce bark, roots, and sprouts, and you need bark, roots, and sprouts in order to create more grass patches. So we're going to go here. We're going to create, can I rotate that? Yeah, I'll rotate that. And we're going to create like 3 of those. And we're going to put them in areas where there is nothing. So there's nothing there, so we're going to create those, and that's going to take branches and some bark, roots, and sprouts. And we do have bark, roots, and sprouts down here in our food crate. And then we have all of this now. So now we're going around and we're gathering all the grass from all the spaces that are all around us. And the thing that's going to be important is that we're, at least early on, the thing that I found that's going to be important is wherever you can put grass, you want to put grass, because grass is very, very slow to regenerate. So, and the things that we need early on are going to require grass. So we're going to try and just max out on grass as much as we can, because you can look around and like this space here, this is a grass patch, but there's no grass left on it. because all the grass has been harvested. So if there was grass here, it would say that there's a number of grass. So I'm going to kind of spin around, see if there's any here that say that they're like there. That says that that's got 1 grass and 3 cereal. This has 1 grass and 2 cereal. This has no grass left. This has 1 grass. So it's a patch, but there's no resources left there. So like here, there's 1 grass left that's available. So all the grass that we have is now being put in here. So we have 126 grass in our gatherer shack, but we're going to need a whole bunch of that for this straw hut here in a minute. And I don't know if that's the max it can hold. Yeah, so the max it can really hold is 30, but for whatever reason, they brought in 126. I'm not quite sure why, but they did anyway. So that's fine. And I'm also going to put harvest grass all the way up to the top priority because we're going to want that at the top because we're going to need that very, very badly as we get into this. So next thing they want us to do is change the name. So we're going to go back up here and we're going to call this, this is going to be Rusty, nope, not with the caps. We're going to call this Rusty Champagne Take 2. Oh, that's going to be too long. Oh, that's fine. We're going to leave it like that anyway. So it's going to be, let's just do, let's make this smaller. RC Take 2. There it is. And then we're going to call up the overview, which is F. And this just shows you everyone that you have in your town. Now, this is another thing that they don't necessarily tell you, and they don't really call it out. But you can take a look. You can click this little button here that looks like a little bullseye, and it'll show you where this person is and what that person is doing. So in this case, this person, this is Matilda. So Matilda is, I guess, taking everything. So Matilda is probably taking this. Well, now Matilda is sleeping. But my guess is that Matilda was taking these things and possibly moving them into the Gatherer Shack. I don't know. So if we look at the Gatherer Shack, and if we see what the Gatherer Shack can hold. So it can hold these items. It might be able to hold the grass roots and sprouts. I'm not sure about that, though. That's another one of those things where it's not really clear as to what they can hold. But if you want to see where your people are and what they're doing, you can click on them, and then you can click the follow the target, and it'll show you where they are and like what path they're taking. So right now everyone's asleep because it's almost 10 o'clock at night. So we're going to have to basically fast forward the day here in a bit. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start getting this straw hut built, which is going to require, if we go here and we go to the straw hut, so if we go to housing, this is going to require 100 pieces of grass, of which we have 126, and 10 branches. So we're going to go here. We're going to get this built. We're going to find a place to put it. Going to try and set it right here and have it face the road. And actually, I'm going to put it right here. Put it right here by the torch. So I'm going to drop that right there, and it's going to be right by the food. And the sheep is going to continue stealing from the food crate. There's not much I can do about that. And so it goes. I do like the view of everything here. I really do. So I didn't really give the game enough credit from a graphical standpoint last time. I do like the look of everything. It is very kind of scenic. I feel like when I was doing our first one, I was just zoomed out a bit, and so it made it really, really hard to see what was going on. That and there's nothing that really kind of differentiates the buildings from the rest of the scenery. So unless you know that that's a building, then you could be looking around like, okay, well, is this something that I built, or is this just part of the scenery? Same thing with these garden beds. Things can be a little bit nondescript from the other things that are out here. So that's one of the areas where it could be, okay, is there going to be a way later on to tell where my buildings are in case I need to see them? And possibly with these things, so object markings. So yeah, that could possibly, there are a bunch of things up here that I've not really messed with. There's here, activate or deactivate the day-night cycle. Huh. I've not really tried that, but, and then we got this with changing camera positions. So there's a lot of things to kind of to tinker with that they don't really tell you that much about, and it's definitely worth looking into just to see what it is. So, and then we can go here, and this will show us our quests. So we got our quest here to build the straw hut. Now I do need to fast forward time because right now we're just waiting for time to move along. So I'm going to swing this all the way up. All right, now everybody's up moving around. So we're going to slow time back down again. So at this point, now they're going to take all the grass, so we can see if the grass is going way down. And they're going to take that grass and they're going to use all that grass. And they are going to then take that and bring it all the way down here to the hut. They're also going to take the branches. And if they have not already taken the branches, they're going to, oh, yeah, they've already. So, and that's another thing I don't understand is why they bring all the branches that there are when they only need 10. Because in this case, they didn't need to bring everything that they had in terms of grass, because I think that they're going to bring more than what we need. Yeah, so they brought everything that we had, but we didn't need to bring everything that we had. So, but for whatever reason, they did. And now, once again, if we look here at all the grass, so now there's no grass left to harvest because none of it's grown. So what we are going to do, so now when we get to this point where we're going to be doing the rough rags, where there's not going to be any grass for anyone to turn into rags. It's going to take a lot of grass to make rough rags. That's the other thing I've kind of noticed, is that it's going to be a whole lot of grass in order to do this. So the next thing they want us to do is want us to build a road. So we're going to do that. We're just going to build a road right here. And I don't want to build over these spaces. I'm trying to avoid building over these spaces like these leaves and branches. I'm really trying to avoid building over all that to the extent that I can. So I'm going to just kind of keep building that way and kind of have it go right up to there. And the hare is going to steal from the straw hut. They're all in the straw huts. Man, these rabbits are feisty. So again, these people that are here, if you don't give them anything to do, they're just going to kind of wander. And they're going to do their thing until you give them some kind of an instruction. And once you give them some kind of an instruction, they're going to be like, okay, let's go and do this because you asked us to do this. And after we're done doing that, then they're going to go back off and they're going to go and do their own thing again. So in this case, they're just going to kind of run off and start doing other things because they have nothing else to do. So we are now going to go here. We're going to build this, going to go here into our building menu so we can build the, what do I want to build? I want to build the sawing place. And this one I'm going to build it in the general direction or in the general vicinity of that place, but it doesn't have to be right on top of it. So I'm going to build it in the general vicinity of the general vicinity of the forester's stump. But now that we have this ready, so all the people that are out doing their thing should now come back and start working on bringing everything to this space. And once again, lo and behold, here everyone comes to get all the stuff needed for the construction site. And so if we look over here, these people are grabbing all of the branches that are stored. And so they're going to bring all the branches, and someone's going to bring some stone. And some stone should be coming from here. So someone should be bringing some stone from up there at our simple stonemason, and they should bring that down. So someone should eventually make their way up there. I'm assuming one of these people will make their way up here, grab a piece of stone, bring it down, and then we will have the stone needed to build. Yes, there they are. They're going there. They're going to bring more stone than we need, but they're going to bring the stone, and then they're going to bring that down here so we can get the sawing place built, because that's all we need. So then the other thing we're going to do while that's going on, and I know I'm really whipping through this, and if you want to kind of see this in a little more detail, like I said, watch the first half of the first look video. Just don't watch the back half, because the back half is just pain and it's horrible, and I do not recommend it because it's just it's sadness, and sadness fell across the land. So we're going to try and do this a little bit better this time. So now the other thing that we have to build is we need to build the building that will give us the rough rags, and that is going to be the rudimentary tailoring table. That is so hard for me to say. Rudimentary tailoring table. And it takes all of that. So it takes 15 grass. We have 19. And it takes 10 branches. We have 30. It takes 10 logs. We have 25. And we're going to take that. We're going to, once again, build it on a spot where there is nothing. So just build it right here, right next to our sawing place, because might as well. So we're just going to put it there. And it's on the road as well. So we got everything going for us there. So now, if we look here, there is someone already employed at the sawing place. So we got one person here. Petra is going to work at the sawing place. And Petra, if we look at this, Petra will, whoops, I could rename it if I wanted to. I really don't want to. But if we look at the activities, they can saw planks. They're going to bundle firewood. And they can also bundle firewood again. So you can bundle firewood from raw wood or bundle firewood from branches. So I'm going to make those our top priorities. Because at this point, we don't need planks. We might need them later, but we don't need them right now. So the big thing we need is we need some firewood. And we need that for this quest. Okay, so now we got plenty of firewood. So now we're going to get to the challenge. Because the challenge we got now is everything, and this is where everything fell apart in the original first look. So if you're watching the original first look, this is where the back half of this just goes all kablooey. And now we're going to, now that we know that what we need to do, we're going to be able to get this going. So everything has been delivered, and at this point in time, now it becomes a matter of, once again, what are people doing that is not getting them to build this? Because all of the materials that are needed are now actually here. So if we go in, if we take a look at everybody, maybe they're all asleep. So if we kind of go along, you are in your hut. So maybe everyone's just eating or something. You were also in your hut. Oh, here they come. So maybe they were just taking a little bit of a break. Or were they bringing more stuff? I don't know. I thought we had everything we needed. So they are... All right, so it looks like we just have one person. I guess we can get one person. We're going to hire one person to, like, maybe do the work here. So we're gonna get Sandy. So let's get Sandy, and they are going to be assigned to this. So I'm assuming that that's going to then have Sandy come here. So if we look at Sandy, where are you, Sandy? Sandy is asleep. So that might be the issue that we're running into now, is that it's just maybe too late and everyone's going to bed because it's like already 8 o'clock and maybe everyone's just really, really tired. That's what it looks like. That person is just really, really tired. And because of that, they are not going to be able to do any work. So we could then hire someone else to build this, but it looks like no one's going to come here and build this right now. So we're going to take Sandy off of that. And I don't know if there's anyone that we can hire that would help us out. At this point, it's probably too late because it's already like going on 9 o'clock. So we're just going to spin this all the way up. Going to wait for everyone to wake up in the morning. And now that everyone's up, someone should come around here and they should start getting this built. Okay, so now this is built. So now we have the, not the straw hut. I shouldn't have built these things so close to each other because now it's going to be hard to find. So now we have this. So we have the rudimentary tailoring table. We do have someone that is assigned to it, but they have nothing that they can do because there's no grass. And there's no grass because there is nothing here. There's, well, they're going to start harvesting the grass, but there's not a lot of grass to be harvested at this point in time. But everyone that can harvest grass will start harvesting the grass, and then that grass will make it over here. But again, in order to make these rags, it's going to take a ton of grass. So we will see as the grass makes its way over here that the amount of work that has been done will go up, but it's not going to go up a lot. So we're going to see people that are going to be bringing the grass. So yeah, we have 9 grass that's here. So people are going to take that grass. It might be Sandy that takes that grass. So yeah, it looks like the grass is now going here. So if we look at Sandy, and if we highlight, yep, there's Sandy. So Sandy is now going to make his or her way over to the rudimentary tailoring table. And now with that there, now if we take a look at the table again, so we're going to swing this and get it going. So if we look here, and if we look at the activities, so we're in the process of crafting rags. But again, the amount of grass that we need to do this is not, we have not reached it. So let's see, the workload, a high workload can mean that the lower priority tasks are not checked often, while a low workload leads to a lot of time. So whatever the case may be, we have not brought enough grass there. And at this point in time, there's not a lot of other grass to be harvested to actually get people to then take the grass and make those rags. So in order to combat this, what we're going to do is we're just going to plant a lot more grass. because at this point in time, I think that feels like the best option. So everywhere where I've got a black dot around here, I'm going to start planting grass. So in order to do that, we are going to bring up our taskbar for no reason, and we're going to go here to plants and fields, and we have this area where we can plant grass. And so the unfortunate part is that you can't really tell where the blank spots are until you hover over a building. And then once you hover over a building, it'll show you where the blank spots are. But they do kind of disappear after that. So we're just going to plant a whole bunch of grass out here. And this might be overkill, but I'm going to do it anyway because it feels like the way to go. And you can always get rid of the grass if need be. So all of this grass, so all these areas are going to be filled with grass, and it only takes the bark, roots, and sprouts in order to do that. We have 43 bark, roots, and sprouts available. And so now we just have to wait for people to show up here and start planting the grass, which they should do momentarily. So all the people should make their way here from wherever they are and start getting the grass, start getting all the bark, roots, and sprouts and turning it into grass. So we're just going to fast forward this a little bit more, and we're going to wait for people to show up with all the bark, roots, and sprouts. And we're just going to have a giant grass field here. That's what we're going to do. And Sandy is going down there with the remainder of the grass that they had in the gatherer's shack. And if we look again, and that's another thing is that at least at this point, it doesn't tell you how many grass you need in order to create a rag. So, and maybe that's something I'm missing, but it just does not show you how much you need. It just says it takes a lot of material and time, but how much material, that's going to be up to you to find out. So you're just going to have to kind of keep on trial and erroring it. But now at this point, we got all this grass, which is going to grow. And as it grows, then we're going to give ourselves more grass that we can use down here. And eventually, we will craft a rag. It's just going to take some time because it's a matter of all of this grass growing so that it can be harvested and put here. So right now, there's not a lot of grass available to be harvested, even though we planted all this. But now it's going to give us a lot more available once people come around and pick the rest of it, because there's just so many more fields where it's available at this point. So now we're just kind of waiting for more people. So we have the 3 employees. We can actually get one more employee here and have them help out as well with this. So we're going to get Erica. Erica will come and also help out with grass. So we might be at the point now, once again, where we're too late in the day, and we just have to we need to wait for people to just come back here and start harvesting again. And that might be the case that we're in right now. So let's see. I do see one other person that's coming here and doing some stuff. It looks like, is that Erica? Or is that, I guess I could check that. I don't know who that is. So yeah, if I take a look, we can go back to this. Where is Erica, and what is Erica doing? So where are you, Erica? Is that you? Yes, that is you. So you are currently, you collected a bunch of bark, roots, and sprouts, and now you're just kind of going back off and doing your own thing again. That's going to be fine. We're going to let you do your thing. And we're going to take a look once again in our gatherer's hut. And we appear to be, oh, maybe you're going up to sleep. That's what it is. You probably went up there to sleep. Yeah, you're sleeping under a tree, is my guess. Okay, so now we're just going to, once again, fast forward this all the way through and get up to the next day. All right, so now we're back up to the next day again. Everyone is waking up. There should be a whole lot of grass available for people to harvest. Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of it. And that should now, at this point, be enough for us to complete that one set of rough rags. I think we're going to finally be there at this point. But yeah, you can see just how much grass this takes. And that will probably get better once we get to the point where we can actually build a barn and start using the wool from the sheep for the rough rags. But at this point, we can't build a barn because we don't have enough people that are a high enough level in order to do that. So we're just kind of waiting until we get to that point. But we got a bunch of grass that's now going back in here. And that grass is going to make its way down once again. So Sandy is taking all the grass And it's going to go down here to the rudimentary tailoring table, that place. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have enough to make one set of rough rags and finally be able to get past this quest. I did do this off in an offline game where I wasn't playing in an episode here, and I did actually make it happen. So was that enough? So we've got all these delivered goods. Sandy is now working on getting all that created. So yeah, taking all the goods. So yeah, it's a lot of grass. It is a lot of grass in order to make a set of rags. Do we have a set of rags yet? Let's take a look. We do have rags. So we finally have a set of rough rags. It's going to take a little bit here for it to register. Once it registers, we can then finally move on to the next step. And we will celebrate. I don't know why. There we go. It has finally done it. Okay, we've hired and dismissed workers, so we don't have to worry about that. That just blitzed right through. And so now we can do the next things that we need. So we need a hand mill, a Baker Simple oven, and a campfire. So the hand mill is going to probably give us what we need in order to make the things in the oven. So let us take a look again. And let's see what we need. So we're going to also build some roads. So let us build some roads. And this grass, now if I look, this grass again, it doesn't matter if I pave over this grass. It makes no difference because the gatherer shack is not in range of this grass. So I don't think that anything that is this grass gets taken into this shack. I'm almost positive of that. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that that's the case. One way or the other, we're going to build our roads, and we're just going to kind of build them out here and build a little bit out this way. So we got some extra roads. And then we'll actually build them, and we're going to go all the way to there and build it to that. So now that we've done that, they will eventually come around here, and they will build the roads. And in order to build the roads, what does it take? Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to see, and I hit the escape key because I do that. I wanted to see what it took to build the roads, but it's not. I don't think it's going to show me that. So we won't worry about that. That's fine. We're instead going to go here, and we're going to build this hand mill. So we're going to go to our building. We're going to see what it takes to build a hand mill. What do we need? We need, we have everything that we need. We need some branches. We need some wood. We have some stone. We have all that. So we're good. And then it's going to take grain that we're getting from the cereal and turn it into flour. All right, so the hand mill, we're going to take and we're going to set it right here by the road. So once the road is built, we're going to take it, set it right there by the road. So we're going to drop it right there. That'll work. And now they will have this road done momentarily. And once they have that road done, eventually someone's going to come and build that section of road. And now they're going to bring all of the materials here for the hand mill. And we'll have that taken care of in just a second as well. So this is already going a whole lot better than the last one did. And again, I really wanted to give this another chance because I felt like there was just something that I was missing. And as it turns out, I was right. One thing was patience. Another thing was paying attention to everything in my surroundings. And so it's now that I've done both of those things and had a chance to play it again, it's kind of like when you play a board game for the very first time. You play a board game for the very first time, and you're like, well, that didn't seem like it went very well. And you got to try it again just to make sure that there's something that you didn't miss. And normally the second time you play a board game, a lot of the time, it's better. Sometimes it's not, but a lot of the times it is. So let's take a look at this hand mill. Is there someone that is working here? Do we have an employee here? Luca, who lives on the second floor. She lives upstairs from you. I think you've seen her before. She is going to be there at the hand mill, taking care of that. So now the other thing we need is a Baker Simple oven. And people can have multiple jobs. Okay, I would not have known that. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to production. We're going to go to the Baker Simple oven, which takes, okay, so that's going to take wood and the flour, and it's going to turn it into yummy stuff. So we're going to take that. We're going to set it here. Because I don't want to set it on the grass. I'm going to set it right here. And then, all right, so that's made the flour. So, and we have everything that we need. It takes branches. It takes wood. It takes stone. We have all of that. So we're all good there. And now we'll just wait for that to get built. Everything should eventually make its way here. And people should bring all the stuff here. Meanwhile, we got all the stuff going on here. All the happy grass. I think that's yeah, 18 happy grass. Oh no, that's Sandy. So Sandy is maybe happy. Oh yeah, 92% workload and is happy, and has grass. So yeah, so Sandy's just going to keep on taking all the grass that we're getting and bringing it down here, and just going to continue making rags ad nauseum until we say otherwise. And then the last thing we're going to want to do is we're going to put in a campfire, and I feel like we want to put the campfire kind of right in the middle and have everyone just kind of party around the campfire. So we're going to build a campfire, and that's going to be right here. So we're going to take a campfire, build a cozy campfire, a place where people can eat, drink, tell stories, and have a good time together, and maybe scare away the sheep that are constantly eating all of our food. So we're going to set that. Where can we put it? It looks like it's a big campfire, and it looks like it takes up a lot of space. Is there a place that we can set it? I guess we can set it here, because it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. All right, we're going to set it there. Perfect. And what is that going to take? It's going to take 10 wood, which we have none of. So right now we are out of wood, or did we have the wood, or is there none? We're probably out of it, and we're probably at the point now where it's once again too late. Because, yeah, we got wood that's still coming from here. And now that we're at like 7:30, everyone goes to bed about that time. So we're just going to spin this all the way forward and get up to the next day. There we go. Now everyone's up and about again. And they should come here and start building all this stuff. Let's see. So the only thing that's missing here is the last 2 pieces of wood. And we should get that from here very, very quickly. And then they should also have the wood for the campfire as well. So we're just going to wait for all that to happen. I'm going to spin this forward a little bit, get this going a little bit forward. So they're bringing the wood for the campfire. And how much wood do we have for that? We got 7, so we need 3 more. And they're just continuing to make wood here. So now we have a Baker's Simple Oven. So now if we slow this down again, if we look at the Baker's Simple Oven, they need, in order for this, so we've got the excess. So I wonder, did you take the excess branches and stone and take that back to where they need it? I don't know. Because that was like extra above and beyond what we needed. So I'm thinking maybe they'll take that away. Possibly, maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. But now they're going to bake bread. So we need firewood in order to do this. So we're going to have to wait until we have some firewood. So the firewood, or is it, oh, that's interesting. It's baking bread. It's saying that we don't have any firewood in stock, but we sure heck making bread. So, maybe that's wrong because we just made 21 bread, even though it told us we didn't have any firewood. So somebody's lying. I don't know who it is, but we're not going to worry about that. We are going to look here at our campfire, because I think the only thing that we need now, okay, the wood is going there for the campfire. I can zoom this in a little bit more. So there we go. That is done. Elion is on her way. 5 days remain. Continue to expand your settlement until Elion returns in 5 days. So there we go. I feel like that has given us a much better first look at things, at least through that part of the game, in terms of just like getting the basics of the town set up and what we need to do to get the basics done. And then the next things that we have here are going to be things with like needs and wealth and prosperity. And I think that's going to be stuff that's going to be better handled in another episode. But I hope that this definitely gave a better view of the game compared to what my first look was, what my first look was, because that was kind of a train wreck. It's kind of the same way my first one of Synergy went, where I got doing things too quickly, and it really kind of put the game in a bad light. So hopefully this one's going to give you a much better picture and will maybe kind of change your opinion of the game from what it was from when you saw it the first time. But that is going to be all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really like this video, I'd appreciate it even more if you consider giving the channel a subscribe. But until we meet again, thank you as always for being a part of all of my silliness. I'm Rusty Champagne, and we will see you later.